1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Stage Traveler, Episode 1, where your host Corey Bell sits down with veteran musician, singer-songwriter Jay Nash.
Hey, my name is Corey Bell, and I am the Stage Traveler. I love me some live music. I always have, and working as a culture blogger, a travel writer, and a music journalist have allowed me to experience it all over the world. One of the best parts of catching so much live music is getting to see all the different spaces it's performed in, from the little hole-in-the-wall clubs to the grand historic theaters. So tag along as my plus one as we check them all out. We'll chat with the people behind the scenes, have a few laughs, and learn some cool shit along the way. Let's go!
Hey travelers, what's up? Today we're sitting here with Jay Nash, musician,
Hello.
composer,
Hello.
all around performance guru. You know, we're going to be talking to a lot of people on the show that run the venues and the actual spaces and talking to the audience. You know, it would be also really cool to talk to the talent. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk to the talent.
Fun.
This guy's been in the business. He knows what's up.
Been around the block. I've seen the block at least.
Yeah, the block is nice, I heard.
I've been treated here to the woods of Vermont now.
Well, I mean, it suits you, I feel.
It's nice.
There's a very woodsy look about you.
This time of year, yes. Yeah. Well, I didn't realize this was going to be filmed today. I may have gotten it trimmed.
You look very dashing, very seasonally appropriate.
Seasonally appropriate. That's what we're going for.
Yeah! So, first of all, what are you listening to right now?
The last couple weeks I've been listening to, it's interesting because I was never a huge fan of this artist, but Iron and Wine, I'm totally late to the game, but his new record, Beast Epic, is one of my favorite records that I've heard in a few years. Recorded live in a room with really great musicians to tape, great batch of songs, great chemistry between the musicians playing together.
A lot of live albums, man. So
yeah, I mean it's a studio record, but there's real live chemistry. I think he's younger than you think he is, though. I don't know.
It's deceiving.
I don't know. You're the musicologist. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know his birthday.
I've also been listening to His Golden Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
Hallelujah, anyhow. Great record. Last week, Brett Dennen came out with a new EP called Let's.
Okay.
Freaking great collection of songs. I think it's only 5 or 6 songs. You know, he's an old friend. We hung in years and years, but we played a couple of shows together in Southern California, probably 9 or 10 years ago. And this record is really great.
Cool.
Those are probably the top 3 that, just like the last.
It's a good mix.
So, yeah.
Good mix. It's in organic music.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about your music.
Okay, what do you want to know?
If you had to categorize it.
Oh, you're going to make me categorize.
What do you see is the driving element behind your
My career as a solo singer-songwriter, which is kind of the oldest sibling of my, musical efforts. I've been doing that for maybe 20 years. Made a lot of records.
How many records?
I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't. Solo records, I think 14.
Prolific.
Well, sort of, but not,
It's still pretty good.
Like maybe write 10 or 20 songs in a year or something like that. I tend to be busy. I get into a lot of different projects, and I love collaborating. And to me, yes, I love making stuff. I love making music and kind of exploring different sonic textures and, trying on different sort of musical personalities. But I think my greatest joy comes from finding magic with other musicians.
Yeah.
That connection between other musicians. So, in as much as I enjoyed a real nice run as a solo singer-songwriter and would take a band out on the road, and then ultimately when I had kids and added a mortgage to my list of responsibilities, I started finding myself playing more solo gigs. It made a bit more sense. It is a lot of fun in its own right, like to really connect with an audience, and your suitcase full of songs is a lot of fun. I really enjoy having a connection with other artists and musicians. So the other projects in kind of my little collection of
Your suitcase of
endeavors.
songs, I like that a lot.
Yeah, is the Contenders, which is we're a duo. It's myself and a drummer and singer by the name of Josh Day, who played with Sarah Bareilles for 10 years and plays with country artist Jennifer Nettles, and currently is working with John Oates of Hall & Oates fame, who has he's got a new Americana record. He put together this incredible band of guys from Nashville, and they're making really great music. And then the third project is TFDI, which is it's like a singer-songwriter supergroup. It's myself, Tony Lucca, and Matt Duke. 3 guys, 3 guitars, 3 voices, lots of harmony.
What's the meaning behind that TFDI?
It's kind of an accidental name.
Okay, we'll take it.
It stands for totally fucking doing it.
Love it.
And it was totally a joke gone awry.
Mm-hmm.
It was something like our first tour together, we were doing these little video blogs, and I was being kind of cheeky, and I was, I think I was kind of hangry, hungry and angry.
Mm-hmm.
We were walking into an In-N-Out burger, the halfway point between Los Angeles and San Francisco. It was, traveling to the second gig, I believe, of the tour. Maybe it was even the first. But it was evident at that point that we were going to be late, like really late. It was going to be, sound check was supposed to happen at 5 o'clock, and 7 o'clock doors, 8 o'clock show, and we were on schedule to arrive at 7:30, and we needed to eat something. So I was like being a doofus, and I say to the camera, we stuck with the plan. We rented a van. Now we're totally fucking doing it. It was like I was just like I was not happy. I was just not. It was filmed, and then it went on YouTube, and then by the time we got to New York, people are singing the song.
Isn't the internet great?
Yeah, it was, and then when we put a record out, we recorded some songs. We put out our first EP. Like, what should we call it? It wasn't meant to be a record, I should say. Put this out. Halfway through the tour, we have a day off in Chicago. We record 4 songs. Spent 2.5 hours doing it. No intention of putting it out, but our managers heard it. They're like, we should put this out. Rykodisc puts the thing out. What should we call it? And we're like, call it TFDI. Nobody's gonna ever see it or buy it.
Your own album teaser.
And we it debuted at number 1 on iTunes singer-songwriter, and it stayed there. And the thing sold like 30,000 copies, and just totally surprised all of us. And we're like, maybe we should be maybe we should be a band, and we'll just call ourselves TFDI. Now that was 9 years ago, and it's kind of embarrassing to tell people what TFDI stands for at this point, so we're usually just like, TFDI. And people ask, we're like, people ask us that sometimes.
You don't need to know.
Sorry to digress. To answer your question, I would say, my records I guess they're Americana, my solo albums. The Contenders is definitely Americana, straight up. And TFDI, I don't know. 3 dudes with acoustic guitars singing harmony, and there's an alchemy between the 3 acoustic guitars, and the pieces kind of fit together against all odds. We're all from different musical backgrounds, and
kind of an alchemic mosaic.
I guess it's sort of folky. I guess it's alternative acoustic. I don't know.
Alt, acoustic, folk, neo.
I'm not really good at categorizing myself or anything.
There's so many genres these days. It's a little much.
And it's funny that everybody wants a category, Like, so many times in my career, people have said, oh no, you're too country for this. And then in the country world, they're like, dude, you're not country. No, we need a country singer. And I'm like, yeah, I'm told that I am.
It's all subjective.
I mean, I know I'm a little bit a Yankee. I'm like a little bit of a, I don't know.
Okay, you can
pick. I don't know if I could say redneck. I'm not those things. And I live in a rural area. That's
you're a
bar country.
Boondock Saint.
I'll take that. That sounds cool.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you.
What else you got?
They just come up as as it happens.
Yeah. This is happening live right now. Good live streaming.
Good, yeah, we can always Facebook Live this beat.
You want me to, and I could tag it later?
There you go. Live.
This is my friend Corey.
Hey,
Bell.
Corey Bell. Corey Taco Bell.
Stage Traveler.
The Stage Traveler.
Is it the Stage Traveler?
Oh,
We will
the
tag
Stage
you.
Traveler.
Yeah.
I guess it could be the.
We want to be.
Oh, we do?
We do want to be.
Well,
All
check
right.
us out.
Yeah,
Hey,
we're on
we got
Facebook too.
We've got some Dutchies coming in. We got Kevin. I forget where you're from, Kevin.
Kevin. Hello.
But yeah, they're chiming in. Hey, by the way, shameless self-plug. Tomorrow night, I am actually going to play a concert from this room, solo acoustic, at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And you should come. Tell me what you want to hear. Now, back to the interview. Corey.
Well, that's interesting. So you're playing a show from here.
Yeah.
So this
One of my favorite venues.
it's of your own design.
Yeah.
You can play for all the people that want to hear it.
It is pretty crazy.
That's great.
But
So, from a artist's perspective, from your perspective, what sets apart like just like an average venue from like a really, really good one?
That's a good question. You know, the listening room 2.0 movement in this country and even in Europe, which was kind of a transition out of the days of, you know, used to be there was a lot of rock clubs, you know, these kind of black box, you know, dirty. You got to get a tetanus shot before you go in there. you if you're the artist, you go in, they give you 2 drink tickets that are good for, you know, a Milwaukee's Best or a shot of well whiskey. You know, these places, they're fun, dirty rock and roll joints that typically are really loud. You're playing those, or you're playing a coffee house, you know, and or like these old school folk places, like, you know, say like Club Passim in Boston. But there's a new, I think, a new breed of venue. To name a few, you've got Space in Evanston, Illinois. There's a place in Spring Lake, Michigan called 7 Steps Up. 20 Front Street in Lake Orion, Michigan. The Hotel Café is probably at the forefront of it in Los Angeles. That are venues that were built around an audience really listening. Mm-hmm. And that didn't mean that folks weren't going to like drink and have a good time at some point in the evening. But the room was kind of built from the ground up around making it sound good, making sure that, you know, that every spot in the room has a great vantage point at the stage. Yeah. You know, to me, as a touring artist, though, like one of the most important things is the green room. You know, like, is there a place where you can go and find a little bit of refuge after you just, you know, beat it down the highway for 5 or 6 hours? That you know, hopefully has like just a little bit of separation where you can gather yourself. You know, it's even a wonderful thing is when they have their own restrooms back there. Oh. Just that is rare. That is the benchmark of a truly great music venue.
Wow.
Because when
you heard it here first, new and future venue owners, restrooms for the artists.
Because otherwise, you know, the alternative is if the artist is hanging out there, you go out and use the bathroom with the people that are paying to see you play.
Jay Nash is taking a shit.
Right. Thank you. Welcome to the show. Here is welcome to my show. Awkward talk at the urinal. It's just the worst. You know, it's like, hey man, excited for the show tonight. That is sort of the litmus test. If a venue owner understands what is taking place, you know, understands that the artist is going to come in here and basically live, you know, in the venue until it's time to play. Like, make them comfortable. Make them just, like, give them a little bit more than, like, a closet with a, you know, a 6-pack of warm beer.
God, that sounds like you're speaking from experience with that one.
Oh, I've seen it all. Yeah.
Seen it all.
I've played them all. Yeah, but I figured it'd be better not to lie anything crazy on there. No, you know, the people that I consider that I've toured with coming up that I considered as mentors, their move is always keep the rider light. You know, because it's venue managers, it's PAs, and like you don't want to ask for stuff that's just gonna. I mean, you want them to pay attention and honor it, but you don't want to have them like running around over Hell's Half Acre trying to like, find.
I need a red Anjou pear.
Like, my booking agent usually to mess with me years ago when I was playing a bunch of college gigs. He asked me what I wanted in the rider, and I was like, case of water, green apples, they're good for the voice, and he and then I was like, maybe some vegetables, dip or something like that. And dinner, and it was like 13 Granny Smith apples is what he put on there. And so I was showing up at these colleges, and they're like, I could only find 6 apples at the Quickie Mart, I was like, I'm so sorry. I keep asking them to change that. And I knew they were just back there in New York, just like, I give them to friends. But apples really they're nice for the vocal cords.
They give out apples at the Fillmore to the patrons. And a big old bucket of, I think they're Red Delicious. There's a lady in a top hat always stands at the top. Welcome to Fillmore.
And so people eat them and just is the floor covered with apple cores?
I don't think I've ever seen someone take an apple and eat it. Huh. I mean, they do have trash cans there.
Yeah. I just, during the show.
They even have like compost bins there. Probably for the apple.
That's what it is. Yeah, a full rider is great. And in a bathroom backstage, competent sound guy, nice sounding room. At this point, having done it for a long time, I want to make sure that there aren't any barriers between what I'm doing and the audience. Mm-hmm. So, that could be super frustrating if you end up with a sound engineer, a house sound engineer that either doesn't get what you're trying to do or doesn't know how to make the system work. That can be really frustrating.
Yeah, I mean, it can be frustrating for the audience too.
Yeah, really frustrating for the audience. And that is the sort of unfortunate reality of keeping. Tour overhead costs under control. Not the ideal is to travel with an engineer, but a lot of artists can't or don't. So that's kind of the most important thing is that connection can happen in a room between artists on stage and then the people in the audience. It's kind of everybody needs to be on the same page in order to, I think, walk out of the room with everybody feeling like they got what they came for.
Yeah, and that is the most important part, So eloquent, Jay Nash.
This guy's so nice. I love this guy. Should have him over more often.
You say you must sail in a